Hey, I just thought of something. I want to say hi, Sherlyn. Oh, y'all in Nevada, Missouri, man. Damn, I can't believe I parked that close and didn't come down there and party with you, but season ends soon, I know. So next season, do me a favor, if you will. Message me like 2 or 3 weeks ahead of the time that they're going to start a new season, so I'm there. I want to be there and watch it fire up, man. I think that'll be fun. But anyway, I just want to let you know I'm in Kentucky. I don't forget y'all, man. Excuse me, sorry. Drinking some beer, sitting on my front porch. But anyway, Sherlyn's a friend of mine I met down in Nevada, Missouri. I heard a local dirt track running and wound up being a big walk to it, man. It was a crazy night. You guys can watch it. I got all the videos posted. I fell in a ditch and everything, but went and met some really great people, man. Had a good night of racing. I got there towards the end. It was like the last hour and a half of it. So I missed all the best stuff. So you guys keep watching, man, because I'm going to go back to the Nevada Raceway in Missouri and video that. It'll be on this channel, Truckin' with Mercenary, real truck driving. I'm taking time off, but I still sleep in that truck every night. Yeah, I can sleep here if I want, but I'd rather sleep there. So it's true truck driving, man. This is nothing fake about it. I don't edit videos. You won't see a video stop and say, oh, we fired up here. Nope, I don't do that shit. It's real trucking. So I'm going to leave the truck parked there. Let it run for, hell, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 hours. Leave the hood up so it breathes good. Then I'll shut it down. Let it sit for 2 or 3 hours, not move it. Then I'll fire it up and move it up to here. About the bumper will be about right here. And I'll go back there and look for drips. Things that shouldn't be there. That right there makes my living. So if it's not running right, I'm not running right. So you got to take pride in your ride, man. Listen to it. Listen to what it's doing. I mean, it's been sitting here running for about 2 hours now. Got the AC on in front. This is what all they left loose last time. They left that loose and it was blowing up out of there as I was going down the road. I could hear it. It was making a whistling sound. I was like, oh, that shouldn't be. So I pulled over, found that. They left this loose. They left these fans loose. And the turbo right down in there. They left that one loose. And this one. And that one. I could wobble it. And move that turbo around. You shouldn't be able to do that. You're losing boost. I mean, you're fucking your engine up. If all that's loose, you got serious blow-by, man. That's not good. You're fucking up your pistons, you're fucking up your valves, you're fucking up everything. It was like, oh, the truck's good. It's reading good over the computer. I don't give a fuck what it's reading over the computer. I hear it. Something ain't right. This motherfucker's whistling. It's got something going on. That's what I found. I tightened it all up myself. Every bit of it. Tightened it all up. That's what makes my money. You got to be able to think like that. You know, you got to have tools on hand. There ain't like magicians that come out of the wall when something breaks at your job that they just fix it. Ain't like that. Yeah, I can pay a mechanic to come and do that work on the side of the road on an interstate. What I did, tighten up the bands, tighten up that one little, I don't know what that piece is going into the intake, where the exhaust of the turbo is. I still don't know, but I know it ain't supposed to be loose and blowing up and down like this, like it was. You know, pay for a guy to come out and do that, or I find it myself and know it's got to be so tight so it doesn't blow up and down. And while I was tightening that up, I shut the motor off. And while I was tightening that up, my arm hit the turbo and it moved. And I was like, whoa, that shouldn't move. What the fuck? Why did that just move? That shouldn't move. And I started wiggling it, and I seen that he left all the big, whatever you call them, they go around them, the tensioners, every one of them was loose. It was sucking air in there, fresh air, which fresh air is good in the right spot when it's admitted at the right time. This is coming in where it's supposed to be a certain temperature and it's not, it's cold. So it's cutting down on the power of the truck. And the truck wasn't pulling right, and I kept telling them that. And then when I found that, I pulled over, I tightened it up myself, ran it for a little bit, seemed okay. Idled it up real high to about 1100 RPMs, got out of the truck, listened to it. Couldn't hear the whistling noise anymore, that's the turbo. I couldn't hear that anymore, so that's telling me everything's pretty well sealed up. It's all intact. And then I rolled my windows down, took off on the side of the road again, not pulled into a truck stop or anywhere like that. I just stopped on the side of the road, kicked my flashers on, popped my hood, listened to the truck, and I could tell it was okay. It was sealed up. It was good. Wasn't losing anymore. I had 44,000 pounds on it at the time. When that air leak happened on my turbo, I was going up a hill, pretty good drag. It had a truck lane in it, so that tells you, trucks are going to be down 35, 40 miles an hour. Usually I can pass them trucks, no problem. But at that time, I could barely keep up with them. So it told me something was wrong, and that's why I stopped. And I checked, and I found them loose bolts. I tightened them up, and it went back to the way it was supposed to, pulling past people, loaded, but driving right on past it. Wasn't going real fast, about 45 mile an hour up the gorge, coming up into 64 where the turnpike is into Charleston, West Virginia. You run up 74 so far, then you hit 77 off of 81. That's the way I went. And I ran up 77 a long way right before the tunnel, and that's where I started noticing the difference, and that's where I did all that work at. I stopped on the top of a hill, not down in a gully, because I know you don't stop down in the bottom because it's going to take you forever to climb up the other side. You stop at the top where you can get a roll over the other side and get going. If nothing else, you can get up the other side, get her figured out then. You don't stop in the fucking dip. That's stupid, man. Guys I see do that, and then you pass them, they're going up the fucking side of the mountain in like third or fourth gear, flashers on them, 5 mile an hour. You're a fucking treacherous wreck waiting to happen. You're an idiot. Don't never stop in the dip. This part. You go up top. You stop up here. That way when you roll off, you got a good start. You can get going. Get up to speed. You don't slow nobody up. Never stop at the bottom. I don't give a fuck how bad you got to piss. Don't stop at the fucking bottom. You're a dumbass. Go on up. You can make it that far. What the fuck, man? I truck 24/7, man. I'm thinking about that truck right there. What's going to stop me from making money next week? That motherfucker right there is. So I'm going to check it out good. I've been home 3 days, and I'm still looking at it. I don't stop, because you never know. That thing has got working parts everywhere that can shut you down. You got to look at all of them. Look at your springs. Look at your shocks. Look at your S-cams in there that work your fucking brakes. Look at everything, man. Your cross members from your frame, from this side to that side on the back, in the front of your fifth wheel. If you look down, you're going to see a big wishbone arm. It's going to come across from this side of the frame to this side of the frame. That holds the torque. Whenever you're loaded and you're going up a mountain and your truck downshifts, and you hit that torque level and that truck wants to shift like this, that takes care of that. You got to have good bushings in there. You got to look at them things. You can't just run them and always expect them to work, because when they don't work, you're in a world of fucking hurt, because when they don't work, they really fuck your truck up. I'm telling you, you got to watch them things. I don't just pretend at this. You know, it's like you can watch Bonehead Truckers and see where all these Swift trucks, he'd make you think every fucking Swift truck driver out there is a fucking idiot. Which is wrong. He shouldn't do that. If he's a real truck driver, if he really drives a truck, which I don't know if he does or not, I've never seen a video of him trucking anything. It's always his voice narrating somebody else's video that they sent in to him, which you won't see here. I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. This is real trucking, man. That's what this is, real trucking. I'm home. I'm looking at this motherfucker and making sure that when I go back out, I don't crash into one of them and kill a bunch of little kids. That's why you do this right here. You got people depending on you. And Bonehead Truckers, I don't understand that guy, man. How can you... Every truck has its bad apples. Every trucking company. I don't give a damn who you are. This company here just started 2 years ago. We was working somewhere else and they shut down overnight. No warning. They just shut down. We got up the next morning, we're like, holy fuck, we ain't got a job. And the guy that owns this truck told me, I got you a job, don't worry about it, come drive for me. I already got a truck. And I drove what truck they had. And it was a good damn truck. Good pulling fucking truck. Somebody else is driving now. But this is the flagship of this company. But it can very easily also be the anchor of this company. Because I don't do shit like this. I don't listen to it. I don't pay attention to what it's telling me is wrong with it. You know, I look at the tread pattern on the back of them tires. I go back there and look at them tires. Make sure they're all wearing the same way. If they're not, you got something out of line, man. Your rear ends ain't lined up. Something's going on there. Because you don't always pull on that front axle. Mine is the back axle is the one that always pulls. So, if that front axle's pulling, I got the traction control on, and I'm getting a weird tread pattern, and something's not in alignment. I need to take that truck, get it fixed, but I've already checked all that out. You know, when have you ever heard that on Bonehead Truckers? The only thing you ever see on Bonehead Truckers is about Swifty Swift or whatever it is he shows. I don't know, man. I don't understand. I'm out here because I appreciate you guys that are hauling with me. And you people that understand what we're doing and you give us the room that we need, that's why I'm out here. I'm not against nobody, man. I know you got to go to work in the morning. I'm going through St. Louis and you cut me off. That pisses me off beyond anything, but I back off and let you go. I know you're going through your day too. This is how you get through your day. I don't react to it. That's all you can do. There ain't no, you know, okay, well, I'll get you in the next curve. You know, there ain't none of that. They're in a fucking car, man. You're in a 45,000 pound loaded truck. You know, right now my truck, when I came through St. Louis, my truck weighed 79,780 some pounds. I was almost at the limit. So I was being good, but it was 3 o'clock in the morning. But still, you gotta be the one that says, you're not going to piss me off. I'm not going to do nothing stupid. I'm not going to jerk this wheel hard, because when I do, I'm loaded with a lot of fucking weight. It could shift and cause a horrific crash. You got to be bigger, man. You got to be bigger. I make sure my shit's right. I check all my brakes. I check my slack adjusters. I look on the front of this truck. I just got done checking the slack adjusters. The rod that comes out of the brakes, it's got a little bit of a wear mark on it. It shows really high looking gold color. Well, that's telling me something's not hitting right. So before I leave, I'm going to check that out. I'm going to see why it's doing that. I want to know why it's doing that before I leave. Well, that's what a real truck driver does. You don't judge a person by who he drives for. Now, I'm not saying Swift has the best drivers in the world. I'm not saying they got the worst drivers in the world. What I'm saying is, you judge a book by its fucking color, man. I got friends that have drove for Swift for over 30 years, and they've made a lot of money. A lot of money for them. You're going to have that in any industry. I don't care what it is, what you do. There's always somebody bigger. Unless you're the biggest, which, who gets to do that very often? I don't get to do that. I'm good where I'm at. I'm good where I'm at. I'm making good money. I'm making more than most. And where I live in the Philippines, I'm considered rich. But if you take my money and convert it back to American dollars, I'm not considered rich. I'm considered not even middle class. Like just a little bit below middle class. But you can't let who you drive for be who you are. You know, don't do that. Don't do that. If you know they cause a lot of wrecks and you want to be a better driver, then represent them correctly. If you gotta lock that motherfucker down and get out and look 10 fucking times, I do not care. I've done it. I've got out and looked at my truck 5, 6, 7, 8 times and made sure, 9 times, 10 times, whatever. I made sure, because they ain't always the nicest, easiest place we can back in. Sometimes they're tight. And you really got to watch what you're doing. You got to know where your trailer axles are. You got a lot of tail swing or not. But when you pull out, if your trailer axles are way up front towards the clutch, towards the front, you got a lot of tail swing, man. When that trailer pivots in the back, you might rip somebody's door off. I've never done that. I've never had a backing incident. You know, knock on wood. This ain't wood, but it's perfectly possible to have the kind of career that I've had, because you get out and look. You lock that motherfucker down and piss on what everybody says. If you hear people talking shit on the radio and it's causing you a problem, turn that motherfucker off. I don't give a fuck if you got to pull up 10 times. If you get it in that spot and you had to work to get in that spot, by God, you're a damn good driver. If you didn't hit nothing, you're a damn good fucking driver. Fuck that. You drive your truck according to how you know how to drive it. Ain't no other motherfucker gonna walk up and drive it for you. Every now and then you'll get a guy like me. If I see a guy's having a lot of problems, I'll go up and be like, man, I'll park this for you if you want me to. But I try to be cool about it. I don't try to show off. Because I park trucks in every fucking angle there is. Man, I've been doing this shit for 36 years. You gotta have a hard fucking spot before I can't back into it. I'm pretty fucking good at it. But every now and then, you get somebody new. We all started there. I was there. I was that guy that didn't know, oh man, am I okay on that other side? Do I get out and look? I always got out and looked. So I've never damaged another vehicle. In 36 years, I've never backed into another vehicle. You know, knock on wood. I don't need the fucking wood. If you do it that way, you'll be alright. You gotta know what you're backing into, man. You can't just back up. You know, you can move that right side mirror so much. And then you gotta get out and look, man. You gotta know, okay, when I roll this 10 feet, my trailer's gonna move here. You gotta know that. Y'all can do it, man. It's not the hardest thing in the world. When I say I'm trucking 24/7, I'm at home trucking. I'm thinking about what I can do to make this truck operate better when I go back out. I don't fuck around, man. I truck 24/7. When I go home to the Philippines, you won't see no pictures of this thing anymore. Until then, truck hard, truck safe, make smart decisions. If you need help, look me up. My phone number's out there.